Ladies and gentlemen, the Double RT Boxing Show with your host, Mr.A. shall begin shortly in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, hello, hello. As you can see, the familiar face of Double RT the Clown is, and he wanted to talk boxing. He wanted to talk fight camp. You know, he heard boxing is back, and you can see he's happy. He's happy. He's thrilled. He was happy with the bubble of ESPN. We will do a little intake of what we thought of the bubble as a whole. Showtime's coming back. We'll do a little intake on that. But this is a fight camp, headlined by Ted Cheeseman. As you can see in the thumbnail, that is what we're going to talk about. Now, there is one thing I feel Matchroom dropped the ball big time on this fight camp, because other than that, I like the fight camp a lot. I like the ambiance. Like I said, if you tune in to the Double RT Boxing Show, the Ready Talk Boxing Show, the Boxing Junkie, the Boxing Rehab for us junkies, Mr.A likes ambiances. He likes crowds. He rates. In season 2, we were like giving who had the best cards overall by crowd participation, commentary, fights on paper, and all that good stuff. We were rating them. Now, as far as boxing coming back, ESPN, no crowds. How was that? We'll get into that. Now, Matchroom, the ambiance, the headquarters of Matchroom was awesome. I like the backyard headquarters. The walkway, the ring announcer up on his own little stepway, I thought that was kind of cool. Them fighting in the daytime, I thought was awesome. It gave a good, clear, it gave a nice background. Cause I said the backyard headquarters is kind of nice. Now, as far as the outside just gave an atmosphere of like if you watch boxing, you see a couple outside fights. You see some in Argentina. Excuse me. You've seen enough backyard fights or outside fights, I should say. Now, what was cool, I should say, and I said that was the daytime. Now, as the nightfall came and it got real dark, it looked like just a low attendance arena with just a few camera guys and the crew there. It looked like a very undercard bout where when there's only about 20 people in the arena, so it looked like it was an empty arena. So from the daytime it was a nice atmosphere. From the nighttime it looked like it was just a low crowd, the beginning of a low crowd arena. So it didn't look like it was a new norm for boxing. It didn't look like that. Now, as far as where I feel Matchroom really dropped the ball on this one, and again, this is just Mr.A being a boxing junkie wanting more. With their atmosphere, with the drones doing their shots, I feel they could have really used a ring girl. I get it, you can't put her in the ring, but around the ring, they had those square boxes. You could have had a girl just like walk up on a square box, hold the round card or the card of the round, whatever. And with the drones, like I said, I only say have a ring girl because the way they were using the drones. With the artistic views and shots, they could have really showcased a ring girl, and let's face it, a ring girl is a big ass part of boxing. It's the sexy girl. That's boxing. I forgot what the case in the story is, but that one lady, she was in charge of ring girls, and they wanted her to get rid of them because they were too sexy. She goes, hell no. I'm going to keep my girls, and I'm going to make them even sexier because that's what boxing is. Boxing is about having sexy women. It's part of the show. I don't give a fuck how sexist you're trying to say. I'm trying to make the women and trying to put women down. This was a woman in charge of ring girls, making them sexier. So I thought they could have really used a ring girl. Like I said, put her up on a podium. Let her do a thing. Let the drones get her some nice angle shots on her, and it could have really took the new boxing into a nice atmosphere. But like I said, that's my preference. I thought Like I said, I thought the commentary was pretty on point. I thought the ambiance, the shots, the music, I thought it was all good. The fights on paper were pretty much on solid. They're solid paper fights. I was surprised that Jordan Gill fight opened up the card, but consider it. I didn't know who the hell Dalton was, but I guess he's like a decorated amateur, so I can understand why he wasn't the opener. And excuse me, Shasta Apple. Um, with Jordan Gill, that fight went how I wanted to do the breakdown of that fight. I just thought he would be too quick on the feet and throw too many punches compared to Reese. Now, Reese was able to hit him a few times, but that fight went basically how I want. It's how I thought it would be. Gill going around on the foot, showing he's a little more than just domestic level. You know, you're starting to think that about Reese. He might just be that domestic level. And then after that was the Dalton fight. That was a nice welcome to who Dalton is. He looked, how Top Rank did with its prospects and young crowd. Dalton fits that for Matchroom. So, it's good to watch someone's career kind of all the way blossom. So I keep an eye out for him. So that's a freebie for me as a boxing junkie. Then we had Yorberly, I think his name is, the Dylan White signee. That was the first thing. I heard the name. I knew who he was. I just never really watched him fight. That was the first time I watched him fight. He seems decent. He's doing okay. I'm not gonna jump the gun on him. His head's still out there in the straight line. So, but it was a nice performance. The Tennessee fight and the Gavin, that was a pretty. Tennessee was hitting the hell out that dude pretty damn hard. He was hitting him hard as fuck, dude. Just the way he was throwing those shots, and you could finally see homeboy was breaking down. And like I said, overall, Jordan Gill trying to break through. I forgot. I thought that was for a global belt. I'm not sure. That could have been for a global belt. I'm not too sure, but you got the who the fuck we just said, the Tennessee. That was he's ranked like number 9 at least in 3 sanctioned bodies. He's the WBA international champion. So for him to stay busy and and try and climb the rankings in a successful stoppage victory and picking up a British title, I wonder why the state sides don't give a fuck about the United States title. We don't give a fuck about it. At least have someone rep it the way they do, like Tennyson. He's a nice domestic type level. He still gets respect as the British champion. Who the fuck is the United States champion? Have him as a belt. He may not be Errol Spence level. He may not be Sean Porter level, but fuck, he might be a Chris Algieri level. Can Chris Algieri beat the United States champion? Can Sam Vargas beat the United States champion? Shit. Can Daniel Garcia beat the United States champion? But people say trinket belts don't mean shit. But then we come to the headliner, which is on the thumbnail, the main breakdown, the main review. Thank you for tuning in. The Double RT Boxing Show, the Ready Talk Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr.A. That's your co-host, Double RT the Clown. It's your show. Hit the thumbs up. Ted Cheeseman and Sam Eggington. Now, the review, going into the preview of the fight, I've been saying it for a while now, maybe like 2 seasons. I do think Ted Cheeseman has what it takes to upset Charlo on points. Now, watching him take hits like that, I don't know if he can make it to a 12th round with Charlo. Charlo knocked him the fuck out taking hits like that. Man, but everything else is pretty much how the fight went down. That fight would be how Ted Cheeseman was going to make it. He seemed to be a little emotional. Obviously, you could see in the post-fight interview. But he really wanted to get a W. So he didn't go for chance. He didn't like see if his boxing to get him a W. He went in there toe for toe, trying to brawl with. He not trying. He did brawl with Sam Eggington. Made the fight a little harder than what he wanted. Almost like a the dude right before Fitzgerald. I forgot the Conroy fight. Conroy, whatever the guy's name was. And in round 4, when he kind of started to move on Eggington, you can see the fight was easier. But him just deciding to stay in the pocket and battle Eggington, they were taking bombs in the 11th round, hitting each other 12th round. He became champion. He won, and I knew he was gonna win. I had no doubt that he wasn't gonna win. I just thought he was gonna win. Like I said, the fight was gonna be how he wanted to be in the end. Like I said, with me saying he could upset Charlo on points, taking those hits from fucking Eggington, there's no way in hell he's gonna see a 12th round with Charlo. Taking those type of hits, giving his chin up like that. But like I said, everything else was there. The punch selection, the IQ when he chose to use ring generalship. It was like I said, a very emotional performance. He really wanted to win, so he didn't want it. He just showed balls to the wall and tried to really just beat him up. He tried to leave no doubt to points. He stumbled him, he rocked Eggington a couple times. Like I said, overall good performance. Where does he go from here at 154? Like I said, I believe Eggington was like number 5. And dang, I just did the video number 6, the IBF 154 guy is fighting. So the 154 IBF bracket is hot. So Cheeseman could be. God, who did I just do it? Oh, Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu is number 6. Eggington was number 5. Cheeseman just took his belt. So who knows what Cheeseman and Tszyu might be doing? Because I'm picking Tszyu to win. So leave a comment down below. Thank you for your time and support. The Double RT Boxing Show.